Unlocking your financial destiny. The power of numbers. Ever wonder if the hidden numbers in your birth date hold the key to your financial future? It sounds a bit woo-woo, I know, but the truth is, most people walk through life oblivious to the potent influence numbers wield from the very moment we take our first breath. Do your numbers whisper abundance? Let's explore. Consider the number 3, a force far exceeding its simple numerical value. It's a recurring motif in sacred texts, symbolizing wholeness and creation itself, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, past, present, and future, body, mind, and spirit. 3 is the number of manifestation, the bridge between dreams and reality. In your birth date, it signifies an innate wellspring of inventiveness, inspiration, and prosperity. Think about brilliant ideas that sparked in your mind, only to be stifled by fear or self-doubt. It happens to the best of us. You dreamt of launching a business, starting a side hustle, changing careers, but an inner voice whispered, "What if I fail?" 3 is a call to action, a reminder not to extinguish that creative flame ignited within you at birth. Many believe wealth is the exclusive domain of the degreed, the well-connected, the already privileged. But countless rags-to-riches stories explode that myth. Their secret? They tapped into their own creative power. This power is universal, but resonates particularly strongly in those born under the influence of the 3. I remember my time in the fire service, a predictable path with limited aspirations. Then, a seemingly impossible idea ignited, a cleaning company. No business degree, no connections, not even a solid business plan. Yet, an inner compass pointed towards success, a gut feeling I couldn't ignore. Within a year, I surpassed 6 figures. This wasn't just a financial breakthrough, it transformed my perspective. True wealth, I realized, emanates not from bank accounts, but from the mind and heart. 3 embodies this very truth. You were born with the capacity to generate wealth, regardless of your background or perceived limitations. It's a challenge to translate thoughts into tangible outcomes, dreams into enterprises, ideas into prosperity. This isn't just spiritual mumbo-jumbo. Studies in the Journal of Creative Behavior show that individuals who actively cultivate creativity experience significantly higher levels of personal fulfillment and well-being, and often solve financial problems more effectively because they are trained to see opportunities where others see only roadblocks. Apply this creative muscle to your daily life. Short on cash? Instead of wallowing in scarcity, leverage the energy of 3 to visualize immediate solutions. Sell unused items, offer your skills, create a simple digital product. How many people bemoan a lack of opportunities while surrounded by them? 3 reminds us that abundance doesn't reside out there, it originates within. Steve Jobs, for instance, lacked a formal education yet built Apple from a spark of creative genius, believing in something seemingly improbable. That's 3 in action, believing in the seed before seeing the tree. How often have you self-sabotaged, dismissing your own ideas as insignificant or doomed to fail? Have you stifled your inner 3 before it could blossom? Perhaps you are doing it right now. The energy of 3 demands action. It's not just inspiration, it's creation. Good ideas alone won't cut it, you must execute them. Otherwise, that potent energy morphs into regret. That feeling of watching someone else thrive with an idea you also had. If 3 is in your birth date, understand, you're not a spectator, you're a creator. The key's in your hand. Will you unlock the door? The number 4, often overlooked, signifies structure, discipline, and perseverance. In Scripture, it represents unshakable foundations, the 4 Gospels, the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 elements sustaining life. In your birth date, it reveals an inner capacity to build a solid foundation for material and spiritual success. How many times have you started something with gusto, only to abandon it halfway? Unfinished diets, incomplete courses, broken promises? Most people are driven by fleeting enthusiasm, not the sustained discipline it requires. Initial zeal is insufficient, consistency guarantees the harvest. Science backs this up. Stanford research reveals that self-discipline is a far more reliable predictor of success than IQ. It's not intellect or talent that determines wealth, but the ability to persevere, to consistently perform small actions until extraordinary results emerge. 4 is that energy of constant motion. Even after my cleaning business took off, I worked long hours. Days I didn't want to get out of bed, my mind screaming, "It's too hard. Give up." But an inner voice urged, "Keep going, build your foundation." That perseverance transformed a small venture into a lucrative, self-sustaining enterprise. 4 was there, reminding me that lasting prosperity requires structure. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, before becoming one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, faced football setbacks. He could have quit. But he chose discipline. He woke early, trained relentlessly, building an exceptional physique and unwavering mindset. We see the success, but behind it lies consistency, brick by brick. How often have you sought financial transformation, only to falter before reaping the rewards? Most abandon their plans before seeing the first fruits. Statistics show over 80% of New Year's resolutions fail within 12 months. They crave instant miracles, but life doesn't work that way. 4 teaches us to plant, nurture, and patiently await the harvest. It's not about speed, but direction and steadfastness. Without this energy, wealth may arrive, but it won't stay. That's why lottery winners often lose it all. They lack the foundation of 4. Wealth without discipline is a sandcastle. 4 invites you to examine your life. Where are the foundations that will support your future? Saving habits, continuous learning, personal development, health, these are the cornerstones of enduring prosperity. The number 8 embodies abundance itself. Look at it sideways, infinity, a never-ending flow. In the Bible, it signifies new beginnings, renewal, resurrection. Those with 8 in their birth date possess a powerful key, the ability to attract material prosperity by aligning mind, emotion, and action. Yet, 8 carries a harsh lesson. If disregarded, it becomes a cycle of gain and loss, wealth and scarcity. People who amass fortunes quickly, only to lose them, are not anomalies, it's 8's imbalance in action. Abundance demands responsibility. 8 isn't just about earning, it's about managing, multiplying, cherishing what you receive. When my business boomed, money poured in like an avalanche. I splurged recklessly, lived beyond my means, and nearly lost everything. I learned a crucial lesson: 8 abhors waste. It demands mindful stewardship. Research confirms this. Studies on financial well-being show that individuals lacking financial management skills experience higher stress levels, even with high incomes. 8 is abundance with balance. How often have you sabotaged your finances? Received a raise, bonus, or windfall, only to spend it all? Statistics reveal over 70% of those receiving unexpected large sums end up financially strained within 5 years. They haven't learned the language of 8. 8 speaks of multiplication, not just hoarding, but making money work for you. Investing, creating income streams, transforming seeds into harvests. Wealth that doesn't multiply, dies. If 8 is in your birth date, your prosperity will be proportional to your ability to make money flow, to create more value. Warren Buffett, reinvesting his earnings from a young age, didn't succumb to instant gratification, he built a global empire. This is 8 at its highest, continuous abundance, infinite multiplication. But 8 has a dark side. It becomes a cage when used solely to inflate the ego. Artists, celebrities, entrepreneurs who crumble, not understanding that money is a tool, not an end. Mike Tyson amassed millions, yet lost nearly all due to mismanagement. 8 is power, but power demanding responsibility. It doesn't tolerate carelessness, waste, or arrogance. It teaches that wealth's flow is continuous, but only for those who align with it. The unaligned experience boom and bust cycles. What have you done with the resources that have come your way? Honored each cent, transformed it into something greater, multiplied it, created value? Or squandered it as if inexhaustible? If 8 is in your birth date, you carry the energy of abundance, with the responsibility of maintaining its conscious flow. 8 isn't just about being rich, it's about staying rich and multiplying wealth for yourself and the world. 7 has always been shrouded in mystery and spirituality. In the Bible, it symbolizes perfection and completeness, 7 days of creation, 7 trumpets, 7 blessings, 7 virtues. In your birth date, it brings the energy of faith, a vision beyond the obvious, the ability to believe in the invisible before it manifests. It's a constant reminder that true wealth begins in the mind and heart, before any external evidence. How often have you hesitated, demanding absolute certainty before acting? This traps most people. They wait for the world to prove things before acting, but life doesn't work that way. 7 is a call to leap, to trust, to believe when nothing around you seems supportive. Faith isn't believing when everything's clear, but when it seems impossible. Leaving the fire service, a stable job, felt like a huge risk. Everyone said I was making a mistake. I had no guarantees, but an inexplicable inner confidence. That leap of faith opened doors to transformation. That was 7 at work. 7 also manifests as intuition, that quiet voice whispering when something feels wrong, even without evidence, or when an opportunity arises and you feel compelled to seize it. Many ignore this voice, clinging to logic and measurables, forgetting that every great achievement starts with the unprovable. Research shows intuition isn't a vague feeling, but the result of subconscious processes integrating experiences, memories, and patterns. Science is validating what scriptures and spiritual traditions have known for millennia. There's a higher intelligence within us, guiding us when we listen. 7 also reminds us of rest and reflection. Just as God rested on the 7th day, it symbolizes the pause needed for clarity. In the pursuit of wealth, many believe in constant motion, but true power lies in balancing action and contemplation. Silence reveals answers lost in the noise. How many bad decisions could have been avoided with a moment of reflection? Elon Musk, betting everything on ventures initially deemed failures, exemplifies 7. Had he waited for proof, he'd never have started. Faith in the invisible, vision beyond the obvious, transformed impossible ideas into reality. 7's challenge is relinquishing the need to control everything. Accepting that there's a larger timeline, an invisible order governing life. This doesn't mean inaction, but acting with trust, knowing the universe responds to belief. It takes courage to sustain your vision when no one else believes, when everything seems to contradict your faith. True, lasting wealth doesn't spring from calculations and guarantees, it originates in the invisible, in the realm of ideas, dreams, and faith. 7 is a reminder that you'll only materialize what you first sustain through belief, even without proof or apparent logic. If this number is in your life, understand, you weren't made to wait for certainty. You were made to believe before you see. 8 embodies the balance between the spiritual and material worlds, representing the law of give and take, cause and effect, sowing and reaping. Prosperity cannot be understood without this universal truth. Many believe abundance is about hoarding, clinging to wealth out of fear of loss, but 8 shows that true wealth is in constant flow. Like water in a river, prosperity needs to circulate. Attempts to dam its flow out of fear or greed create blockages that manifest as scarcity. 8's shape, a sideways infinity symbol, reminds us that everything is in continuous motion, nothing is fixed, and what we give returns multiplied. This applies beyond money. Love begets love, dedication yields opportunities, shared knowledge attracts greater wisdom. We can't break this law, it's engraved in the universe's order. 8 teaches that prosperity without purpose is emptiness. True wealth isn't about the numbers in your bank account, it's about the richness of your life. We've all seen people amass fortunes only to find themselves lonely, fearful, and unhappy. They missed the point. Genuine prosperity flows from a balanced life, not just a bulging portfolio. Think of a fruitful tree, it doesn't hoard its bounty, it nourishes the world. A truly prosperous person understands that every achievement serves a purpose, enriching not only themselves but those around them. A simple act of kindness, a word of encouragement, can ripple outwards, creating unexpected opportunities. Investing in a cause you believe in, helping someone in need, these acts open doors that money can't buy. It's like the universe is constantly assessing your faith in the flow. The more you give generously, the more it returns opportunities, ideas, connections, and resources. But this is a two-way street. What you put out comes back to you, whether it's positive or negative. Envy breeds limitations, criticism breeds rejection, negativity attracts more negativity. Conversely, faith, gratitude, and generosity cultivate abundance. It's a universal law, echoed in every spiritual tradition. Every action has a consequence, and your present is a reflection of your past. Imagine a wheel in motion. A smoothly turning will represent effortless flow. But trying to stop it, clinging to what should be flowing, creates immense resistance, and eventually, that accumulated energy backfires. Many who achieve material success without understanding this principle lose everything just as suddenly. Their wealth, built on the illusion of accumulation, crumbles. Those who trust the flow, however, experience continuous growth because they know abundance is always on its way. This isn't just about actions, it's about thoughts and feelings. Are you aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance, or are you inadvertently creating obstacles? When you're in tune with this universal rhythm, growth knows no bounds. Prosperity becomes your natural state. You realize you're a co-creator of your reality, and every choice, every word, every act of faith builds toward the harvest you will inevitably reap. A new concept emerges, a powerful energy of completion, a preparation for new beginnings. It symbolizes wisdom, selflessness, the ability to transcend self-interest and see beyond the limitations of your personal perspective. It's the final stage of a journey where lessons learned, experiences lived, and goals achieved must be integrated before embarking on a new path. Life is a series of stages. True living means understanding when to close a chapter and open ourselves to the next. This concept embodies maturity, a broader perspective gained only through trials, falls, and triumphs. It transcends personal gain, focusing on collective impact. True prosperity isn't just about what you accumulate, but what you share. It's a call to look beyond your needs and see how you can contribute to making the world a better place. At its core, it's compassion, recognizing our interconnectedness, understanding that another's pain is, to some extent, our own. This awareness shapes our actions, leading to more humane, generous, and altruistic behaviors. Prosperity isn't just material wealth, it's about leaving a legacy, touching lives, creating something lasting. But this also requires letting go. Ending cycles isn't easy. We cling to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. Whether it's a relationship, a job, a belief system, or a habit, this concept reminds us that to make space for the new, we must release the old. Resistance only delays our growth. Surrendering to the flow allows us to move forward with grace. Honestly assess areas of your life where you cling to things out of fear or attachment. Have the courage to let go of what has served its purpose, for it's in that open space that life brings new opportunities, new paths, new blessings. Renewal lies in trusting that the end of a cycle is never a final loss, but always a preparation for a higher beginning. It's a call to altruism. We leave behind not what we accumulated, but what we shared. True value lies in the lives we touch, the impact we make, the difference we create in the world. This is service, giving, generosity. Personal growth finds meaning when it benefits others, when what we learn becomes a guiding light. There's a deep spiritual dimension here, connecting us to our life purpose, our mission. Our time here isn't just about individual achievement, but about contributing to something beyond ourselves. Look beyond the material and see the spiritual essence in everything. Every act of love, compassion, and contribution has a far greater effect than we realize. This is about becoming a mentor, sharing the wisdom gained through experience. Don't hoard your lessons, share them, because someone always needs what you know. Experience becomes teaching, pain becomes comfort, victory becomes inspiration. Life is a continuous cycle of learning, sharing, and renewal. Every ending holds the promise of a higher beginning, and every contribution we make to the world returns to us as spiritual growth. It's a call to complete what needs closing, to share what can be given, and to prepare with faith for the inevitable new chapters. These are pathways to prosperity, but they demand action, discipline, and alignment with universal principles that extend beyond our everyday reality. And since you've made it this far, the next video will take you a step further on this journey of knowledge, deepening your understanding and helping you apply these principles to your life. Thank you for being here, for opening your mind and heart to new perspectives. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue this journey of growth and transformation together.